Folks, in my 20 years in the league, I've never seen anything like this. Something is unfolding right now, behind closed doors, that could shake the NFL to its very core. And trust me when I say, what you're about to hear might just be the biggest secret in football history. Something so explosive that if it comes true, it rewrites the narrative of the 2026 offseason forever. I've got insider sources, leaked whispers from the league's deepest vaults, and intelligence that's been guarded more tightly than the secret of the NFL's next field goal sponsor. But I'm here to tell you, what's happening now isn't just a rumor. It's a game changer. And the most shocking part, the team at the center of it all is the San Francisco 49ers. If you thought the 49ers roster was already stacked, think again. The whispers are screaming about a blockbuster move that could propel San Francisco from NFC contender to outright NFL dominance. And what's incredible? It involves a player who's been making waves for the Chicago Bears. A player who's just come off his best season yet and whose name has suddenly resurfaced in the most unlikely of places. Montez Sweat. Yes, you heard right. Sweat, who's currently wearing the Bears' orange and navy, may soon be swapping that for the red and gold of San Francisco. But why? Why would the 49ers, a team with one of the most formidable defensive lines in the NFL, go after someone like Sweat? Aren't they already stacked? And more importantly, what would a trade like this look like? The ripple effects could be catastrophic for the rest of the league, shaking up divisions, rewriting career trajectories, and forcing everyone to reevaluate their priorities. This isn't theory. This isn't speculation. It's happening right now, and I have the exclusive intel to prove it. Now listen closely. I'm about to reveal the full picture, an in-depth analysis of Sweat's talents, how he fits into Shanahan's scheme, the mechanics behind a deal so colossal that it could redefine player movement this offseason. And of course, I'll give you my unfiltered, expert opinion on whether this madness will actually come to fruition. So buckle up, because what I'm about to share could be the most explosive football story of 2026. First, let's talk about the player. Montez Sweat isn't just some journeyman pass rusher. This is a guy who, at 29, has already established himself as one of the NFL's most feared edge defenders. His journey has been nothing short of remarkable, and his rise continues to defy expectations. Drafted 26th overall by Washington out of Mississippi State in 2019, Sweat stepped onto the field with raw power and relentless motor. But what separated him was his technical refinement and his ability to generate consistent QB pressure. In his first 3 seasons, Sweat quietly became a double-digit sack artist, finishing with 12.5 in 2023, leading both his old team, the Commanders, and then the Bears in his first full season in Chicago. What makes Sweat so intriguing? It's his combination of size, speed, and technical skill. Standing 6'5", around 255 pounds during his peak, Sweat has a rare blend of athleticism and strength that NFL teams crave from a franchise edge. His pass-rush move arsenal is advanced. His spin move, rip technique, and quick get-off leave tackles guessing. And his ability to pressure the quarterback is off the charts. In 2025, he amassed 17 QB hits and 13 tackles for loss. His stretch of dominance was clear in the final 12 games of last season, when he racked up 8 sacks, showing he's not just a flash in the pan but a true game wrecker. But what about his injury history? That's the one question mark that has kept some executives at bay. Sweat's had minor setbacks, ankle sprains, some nagging shoulder issues, but he's played all 17 games in 2025, showcasing durability when it matters most. And his contract is just as compelling. A 4-year extension worth nearly $98 million, with over $72 million guaranteed, solidified in November 2023. That deal makes Sweat a top-tier, high-value edge rusher, fitting well into the league's evolving salary structure for players at his position. Now, here's the kicker. Sweat's market value is sky-high. His current trade value, if you believe the league whispers, is approaching what some would call elite trade bait. The Bears, having acquired him just 2 years ago in a second-round pick swap, would be hard-pressed to let him go cheaply, especially given his breakout in 2025. But here's where it gets interesting. There's talk that the 49ers see Sweat not just as a player to plug into their edge rotation, but as the missing piece to push them over the top. Now I want to shift gears and peel back the curtain on what's really happening in San Francisco right now. The 49ers, their front office, their coaching staff, are believers. They see the potential in Sweat as more than just a pass rusher. They see him as their next dominant force, the guy who can transform their already fierce defense into something even more unstoppable. The 49ers, after a disappointing end to the 2025 season, knocked out in the divisional round after a tough loss to the Seahawks, are hungry. They believe that to beat the Chiefs, or whoever they face in the Super Bowl, they need to add a new dimension to their pass rush. Nick Bosa, already a legend, but even he would tell you that having an elite counterpart on the other side elevates the entire defense. Javon Hargrave, a disruptive force inside, but the edge needs a boost, and that's where Sweat fits in perfectly. Film studies tell us that Sweat's power and quickness off the edge make him a nightmare for tackles. His ability to convert speed to power allows him to collapse the pocket and sack quarterbacks with relentless consistency. His ability to set the edge and contain the run is also underappreciated, making him a two-way threat. When you look deeper into advanced metrics, his pass rush win rate, his pressure percentage, his forced fumbles, Sweat ranks among the top 10 edge rushers in the league. The analytics show a player who's not just a good rusher, but one of the most impactful in terms of disruption. And here's a fascinating point: Sweat's versatility. He's equally effective outside or inside, thanks to his athleticism. That kind of flexibility allows a defense to morph and adapt, especially under Shanahan, whose schemes are known for their creative use of defensive fronts. Sweat can be a stand-up linebacker or a traditional 4-3 base end, giving the 49ers a tactical edge, pun intended. But what about the competition? The league has been buzzing with whispers that multiple teams are interested in Sweat. Raiders have reportedly shown some interest, seeing him as a quick fix to their pass rush issues. And the Rams? They're always lurking. But the 49ers appear to be frontrunners, given their strategic positioning, cap space, and coaching staff's admiration for Sweat's skill set. So how would such a trade work? Well, it's complicated but not impossible. The Bears would likely want a significant return, probably a first-round pick or a high-value young player plus additional draft assets. But here's the twist. The 49ers' cap situation is surprisingly flexible after some savvy maneuvers last offseason. They could absorb Sweat's contract with a combination of current cap space, restructuring, and future roster adjustments. And in return, the Bears could get a package centered around a first-rounder, perhaps their 2026 first, and a premium mid-round pick or a young emerging player. The trade's timing. Likely around the NFL Combine or early March, when teams finalize their rosters for the draft. The league insiders are whispering that this could be a multi-team deal involving compensatory picks or perhaps a player swap that leans heavily on the 49ers' draft capital. The winners. San Francisco gets a premier edge rusher who perfectly fits their scheme and timeline. The Bears, meanwhile, get a high draft pick and perhaps some cap relief, knowing full well that Sweat's breakout season has dramatically upped his value. Now, let's analyze how Sweat fits into the 49ers' scheme. Shanahan's offense is about timing, precision, and exploiting mismatches. The defense, especially under Sale and now Bradley, emphasizes pressure and versatility. Sweat, with his ability to rush the passer, collapse the pocket, and set the edge, complements Bosa perfectly. Imagine the chaos when both are unleashed at full throttle. Offensive coordinators would have to double-team one, leaving the other free to wreak havoc. Comparison-wise, Sweat mirrors some of the best in the league. Think of a younger Jadeveon Clowney with more refined pass rush moves. His projection in Shanahan's system? Massive. He could instantly become the primary pass rusher and elevate the entire defense. Worst case, he's a situational player who adds depth but doesn't quite reach superstar status. Best case, he becomes a double-digit sack producer and a cornerstone of the franchise's future. And what about the NFL's long-term outlook? If the 49ers land Sweat, they're not just adding a player, they're making a statement. They're telling the league, we're building a dynasty and we're not stopping. The league's most dominant defenses are built on pass rush, and Sweat could be the final piece to that puzzle. His presence alone alters game plans across the league. No quarterback will want to face him twice. Finally, here's my verdict. This isn't just a speculation, it's a must-watch storyline. The pieces are falling into place faster than anyone thought. Sweat's agent has been in secret talks with the 49ers. Lynch and Shanahan are eyeing him as their secret weapon for 2026 and beyond. The timing, the resources, the talent, all point to one thing: this is happening. Be prepared for a roller coaster. Watch for the trade whispers to intensify over the next few weeks. Keep your eyes on the combine, the legal tampering window, and NFL insider leaks. Because when this deal drops, it will be an earthquake. And when Sweat dons that 49ers jersey, you'll know that everything has changed. This isn't just football. This is the start of a new era. And trust me, you won't want to miss it.